Hi friends, it's Shannon. I am stitching the cording on this luggage tag that I worked on yesterday, and just thought I would talk a little bit about how I'm doing that while I demonstrate. So if you saw the video yesterday, the way that I left it was that I wasn't going to stuff this. I did sew it together and it was so floppy and flimsy that I really thought it wasn't going to last long, honestly. I had the Liberty of London fabric that I used on the back is very thin, and I have put reinforcement or interfacing on it, but even so, it was just really thin when I just sewed it flat. So I took that sewing back out and ended up stuffing it just like I did the Turks one that I made, Turks and Caicos one that I'd shown a couple weeks ago, maybe, or a couple days ago. So I stuffed it gingerly and just treated it very gently with the problem that I had with such a small seam allowance that I'd really cut too narrow of a seam allowance. But it all worked. I got it stuffed and I got it sewed back together. So now I'm just doing this cording, and I'm using this nylon clear thread, and I don't love it. It is quite tangly and fiddly to work with, but it does a good job of not interfering with the cording. So I'm just, you just have to take your time. Again, not necessarily my forte, but we're getting it. So what I'm doing is trying to come up at the apex of this little curve, or where these two colors twist together, and then I go down at the same spot, or down in the valley, if you will, of that cording. And so what I'm trying to do is just go along the same twist and not interrupt one of the twists of the color. I'm not doing a great job of it, but I think it'll be okay. My adage is, if you can't tell from the back of a galloping horse, then it's good enough. So I'm not a perfectionist at all when I do these kinds of things. So, you practice and you get better, but it's not perfect. Now, what I've done before is I'd used my quilting clips, but I saw somebody had just stuck the cording in with straight pins into their ornament, or in this case a luggage tag, and that really does seem to be working quite well. So let me just get my little pin cushion so I can get that out of the way. So sticking the pin right into the cording is, I think, much better. The quilting clips, I've actually broken one or two of them trying to get it around the cording. Mine are pretty old, so that could just be that they're old, but this pin trick seems to be working much better, so I advise doing that if you want to do the same. All right, so I'm just going to keep on going round and round. I just have this little bit to go, and then I have the top of the little ornament, if you will, and I will tie that off. So that's what I'm working on. Hopefully that worked out okay from a video perspective. I don't know. All right, well, thanks for coming along. Have a good night. Okay, I've got it all done. So it's not perfect, but it's done. So I have this long twisted cord, and so what I'll do is tie it off and have it a shorter distance. But I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy to have it done. And so that's the fabric on the back, little Liberty of London. And I think it matched pretty well. This was just in my stash. I've got little bits of Liberty that I've picked up from, when Joanne's had it for a while. And then I'd also gotten a holiday box from Kate at the Last Homely House on YouTube, and she had a bunch of Liberty in that little holiday box. So I have just little bits, and so that worked out perfectly. So there it is. It's all done, and I'm very happy with it. I'm glad to have some needlepoint finished. I'll show you the other one too. So this is the first one that I did. So a friend of mine, again, needle pointed this. I didn't needle point these. So my friend needle pointed this, asked me to finish it for her friend. And then she made this one for me. So I finished it for me. So I think I will put it on my suitcase, just to, identify it, on my carry-on. I don't want to put it on anything that I might check. But I think they're cute. So super happy to have them done. Thanks for coming along and sticking around as I sort of figured this out as I went. So thanks for staying so long. Sorry the video is so long. Have a great night. Bye.